From devastating hurricanes to powerful earthquakes and intense floods, these are the 100 biggest extreme weather events in history. Number 100, the Great Galveston Storm of 1900. On September 8, 1900, a Category 4 hurricane rolled into the island city of Galveston on the Gulf Coast of Texas, killing between 8,000 and 12,000 people in a matter of days. High winds, flying debris, and a terrible storm submerged the city, and by the time the storm rolled out, it had become the deadliest natural disaster in the history of the United States, destroying 7,000 buildings in Galveston alone. Number 99, Hurricane Ida. After making landfall in Louisiana on August 29, 2021, Hurricane Ida quickly transformed the city into a pile of rubble with severe and deadly flooding.
Oh, look at those power poles bending.
Extreme rainfall would later lead to flash floods around New York City and northern New Jersey. The storm ended up causing $75 billion in damages. $50 billion out of that came from Louisiana. Number 98, the Great Flood of 1993. It was deadly, it was destructive, and it remains etched on the hearts of those who lost people or possessions. The Great Flood came out of nowhere in April 1993, when the Mississippi River and the Missouri River unleashed their rage on the people. For the millions of people affected by this disaster, it was a nightmare they couldn't escape from. 50 people died, and several cities suffered losses of up to $16 billion, which is about $30 billion in today's money. Number 97, 2010 Pakistani flooding. After the Indus River flooded in late July and August 2010, Pakistan found itself in the middle of its worst disaster in history. Over 20 million people were affected by the floods. Homes, crops, and infrastructure were destroyed, leaving about 14 million without a roof over their heads. Number 96, European heat wave of 2003. With over 30,000 people dead, 14,000 of which were in France alone, the heat wave that hit Europe in 2003 remains one of the deadliest in recorded history.
Never during the Second World War did so many people die in one night in Paris, even during the bombings. We were dealing with things on such a scale. Paris had never had that many victims in one go.
Beginning in June through mid-August, temperatures soared to 20 to 30% above average, starting massive fires, destroying homes and creating one of Europe's hottest summers. Number 95, Carolina flood.
We've lost everything. Since Monday night, we slept in the car the first night, and then we stayed in a trailer, and it started flooding. So we had to leave there, so we were homeless again.
Back in October 2015, the terrifying impact of Hurricane Joaquin left South Carolina drenched in 27 inches of rain, which led to a devastating flood that damaged homes and businesses, shutting down Interstate 65 for weeks.
We haven't seen this level of rain in the Low Country in 1,000 years.
Number 94, Oklahoma tornado 2013.
If this storm is heading your way, go to your safe spot, at the very minimum interior closet or bathroom, but really we prefer you go to an underground shelter or a basement or a storm cellar or a safe room or something of the like, or just get out of the way. And you can't survive these type supercells with tornadoes if you're above ground when they really spin up like this.
Tornadoes are pretty common in Oklahoma, but the tornado outbreak of 2013 might just be the deadliest of them all.
Neighborhoods were destroyed, along with an elementary school. Some of the students of the school were pulled out of the wreckage alive.
You're seeing from Bob Mills, Sky News 9, we got power flashes. It's in a heavily populated area right now, Gary. And look at the churning motion. There's a huge flash right there. It is just ripping up everything in its path.
After an EF5 tornado struck parts of Newcastle, Moore, and southern Oklahoma City, all that was left was a trail of death and destruction.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, my house. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yes, I've never seen a tornado this violent in my entire life.
I haven't, obviously
This is the most violent tornado I've ever seen by far.
There's a stop sign up here.
You're gonna get to see it really well from here.
I know. It's so big I can't fit the whole thing in my viewfinder.
Over 300 homes were damaged, dozens of people died, and the cities were left with about $2 billion in damages. Number 93, 1925 Tri-State Tornado. Around midday on March 18, 1925, a deadly F5 tornado ravaged several American cities, traveling through eastern Missouri, southern Illinois, and southern Indiana.
The tornado started somewhere near Ellington, Missouri. That's in southeast Missouri, and it quickly raced northeast through basically the entire state of Illinois from west to east, and it lifted somewhere in Indiana.
695 people died, 2,027 people were injured, making it the deadliest tornado in the history of the United States and the second deadliest worldwide. Number 92, 1978 blizzard.
I'm standing next to what used to be one of the bus shelters right on Public Square.
The year 1978 started on a pretty terrible note for the people of Ohio. Between January 25 and 27, the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes regions of the United States were subjected to one of the most severe blizzards in recorded history. Thousands of cars got trapped on the highway for days, and the total damage was valued at about $100 million.
That's what backed everybody up. Then the snow built up, and then there was no way out.
Number 91, Hurricane Michael. Known as the most intense Florida Panhandle landfall in history, the Category 5 Hurricane Michael arrived with storm surges of up to 14 feet and destructive winds that damaged 93% of the buildings situated in Mexico Beach, Florida.
Dude, that coming straight.
Oh,
holy. Dude, cut that the pressure on this window. I don't trust it.
By the time the storm cleared, the damage had risen to over $1 billion in southeast Alabama and $4.7 billion in southwest and central Georgia. Number 90, Spain flood 2023. It all started with a slow-moving storm on September 2nd, 2023. Then came the torrential rain and strong winds, displacing thousands of residents in Catalonia, Valencia, Andalusia, Castile and Leon, and the capital Madrid. Number 89, Palisades Fire.
Absolutely out of control. Hard to see. Look at this street right now, Amedio Drive.
Thousands of people had to flee their homes on the 8th of January 2025 after a massive flame burned through the Pacific Palisades, destroying over 3,000 acres in a single day.
You good? You good? Hey, you're not going to be able to put that out.
With winds of up to 40 miles per hour, the flame quickly spread, forcing over 30,000 people out of their homes, with 10,000 homes at the risk of burning down.
This tree falls, it's over. I'm sorry, bro. Trying to get out of here. Oh, shit. Holy shit.
The situation is still developing, but the pictures and videos coming out of the Palisades right now are genuinely scary. Number 88, the Great Japan Earthquake, 19,759. That's the number of people who died during the Japan tsunami of 2011. It all started on March 11 when an undersea earthquake occurred in the Pacific Ocean, causing a massive tsunami that wiped away towns and cities. Number 87, Hurricane Sandy. In late October 2012, a massive storm made landfall in regions of Jamaica, Cuba, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, the Bahamas, and the United States. By the time the storm was over, nothing was the same again.
I don't know what's going on. It's the hurricane. What the hell is this? Something, yeah, just exploded.
$70 billion in damage, thousands of people displaced, and a disaster that remains etched in the hearts and minds of the victims. Number 86, Hurricane Maria. The last time Puerto Rico faced a major hurricane was in 1928. That was until September 2017 when Hurricane Maria made landfall on the island. It's been over 7 years since the disaster, but we honestly still don't know how many people lost their lives. Some place the figures at about 2,975, others believe it's around 4,645. Over 300,000 homes were also destroyed while the storm raged, totally crippling Puerto Rico's economy. Number 85, Bangladesh flooding. After heavy rainfall swept into northern Bangladesh in October 2024, over 18 million people were instantly affected, with more than 1.2 million more trapped in flooded areas. Several roads were damaged, agricultural lands were destroyed, and several people lost their lives while trying to escape from the floods. Number 84, Tropical Storm Imelda. Back in 2019, Southeast Texas came face to face with Tropical Storm Imelda, bringing 14 inches of rain and destruction in its wake. The damage was immense, with many families evacuated for their own safety and hundreds of properties destroyed.
We never flooded before, and we've had a lot worse rain than this, and it's never been this bad.
Number 83, Windstorm Derecho. On June 29, 2012, an intense windstorm called Derecho formed in northwest Indiana and began carving a 600-mile-long path of destruction. With winds reaching 100 miles per hour, nothing stood a chance against this ferocious force of nature. Number 82, 2018 flood, a melting snowpack, extended rainfall of about 4 to 6 inches of rain, a perfect recipe for a flood that swept across Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. Even after the rain stopped, residents still couldn't get into their homes because of the level of destruction their homes and neighborhoods had suffered. Number 81, drought season of 2012. Very few years recorded the amount of disasters that took place in 2012. Thanks to record low rainfall, many locations across the United States saw low stream flow across rivers and lakes, leading to high levels of drought that affected everyone and everything. From record-breaking heat waves to wildfires that consumed cities, the drought season of 2012 remains one of the most unforgettable disasters in the history of the United States. That wraps up the first episode. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. See you in the next one.